Good evening, everybody. It's Monday night for me here, and I got home from work and I'm going to try and get a couple things done on the car. I figured this might be a mashup of a bunch of different clips. It's probably going to span a couple days because I have parts coming tomorrow, and actually Thursday I think is some other things coming. Anyway, last time we did get the coolant system taken care of for the most part, almost completely tidied up. I do have to do something with the steam vent tube. This is the factory one, so I'm going to tie this into the F-body upper piece right here. Radiator's in. I did order a positive battery post, a remote battery post that I'm going to mount right here. That is on the way and should be here tomorrow. I also got the overflow bottle mounted and plumbed up the way it should be. The plug wires and plugs are new. I got those installed and cleaned up of all their gunk and grease that they come with. I am going to look for some of the factory heat shields that go over the spark plug wires, just because of the long tube headers right there, and I don't want them getting melted. So tonight I'm going to try and get a couple things done and or plan what I want to get done or how I want to do it. I am going to have to yank off this fender because I want to put the fuel pressure regulator up over here, which we'll show you here in a second. I'll get everything unpacked. Alright, so here is the fuel pressure regulator that was ordered off of Amazon. It's the good old $40 cheapie. I'm actually running one of these in my car right now with turbo setup. It made 500, no problem with it, so I don't see why this should really be an issue. I might want to get another gauge that has a less of a sweep. Instead of 0 to 100, maybe 0 to 20 if I can find one, because we're going to run fuel pressure at between 4 and 6 pounds or so. So here's the kit. I'm probably going to end up running it in a configuration similar to this. Mount this back on the firewall back here like this, and then 90 out of the bottom, go this way. I did order some additional fittings for this to make this work. So I got the AN tube flange or tube nut adapters. I forget exactly what they're called, but it slips over the hard line, and for a factory Fox fuel system, it's 5/16 inch feed and 1/4 inch return. But I will be bending up this 3/8 return right here. So I ordered the tube nuts for 3/8 and 5/16. So this side's going to be the 3/8 and this side will be the 5/16. I also ordered the adapter to go from the hose end here, this one, which is -6, to this Edelbrock carb, which I guessed while I was at work today when I ordered it. And I ordered, I forget what it is. It's something -20 thread. I didn't even look it up before I ordered it. But we'll get that plumbed up here. I'll double check that. I just kind of guessed. The fitting was cheap enough, so I just ordered it. It should be right. I might also tonight throw these battery posts on, get the battery box trimmed out, and I might crawl under the car and put on this piece here, this starter wire battery extender thing that was repurposed, so it's retapped this thread here for going over the starter stud, and then this will extend the stud out so that it has clearance, and I'll show you once I'm down under there. So once I get some more stuff done here, I will grab another clip or so. Okay, so here's an issue I'm going to run into. Is this red top battery that he bought is a side terminal battery, which he got for the application of the truck. The battery box is a nice fit, however it's not going to allow me to use these side terminals. So he's not able to return the battery and get the top post style, so what I'm going to end up doing is just run a cut down through here and clearance this out down to the post. Then these posts will go in like this, and then I'll just run my cables. They should have clearance. I have some extra cable here I can pull up through if I need to, so we'll see how this works out. So I'm just going to run a hole saw right here and then zip the edges up to the end here, and then we'll see how it works. Alright, got the battery box drilled. I kind of guessed these holes are a little bit off, but what's nice is since it sits so flush, I can actually get in and mount these terminals however I want, and they stick through the box, which is actually going to be easier in this situation. So I can mount these like this. And then what I'm actually going to do for the ground is use this cutoff. He didn't specify if he wanted like a battery shutoff in the car, but I'm going to put this in line. So I'll put this here and then attach the ground here. And then all you got to do is unscrew this to kill battery power if you want to work on something. It's easily removed and comes off of this stud right here if we ever want to get rid of it. So I'll get to throwing it back in the car and show you shortly. Alright, well, no luck with the battery tonight. These fittings from Advance Auto are such garbage. You can bend them with your hands. It wouldn't even get tight on the post. Trash. So I'm gonna order some more of those. I'll get some better ones because I'm not wasting time with that. These did get tight. I think these are gonna be okay. The screw-in posts, but those terminals are such garbage. It wouldn't even get tight enough to get any voltage up to the positive wire here. So I don't want any accidents with power or spark or cutting in and out and causing issues. So I'll grab some other terminal ends and we'll fix that up. Okay, well, the battery didn't go so well tonight, but I did get the fuel pressure regulator mounted. I'm going to put it right here. It clears the hood. And these are the fittings I'm going to use for it. So it's a 90 out of the bottom and then a straight here, and then I think I'm going to 90 it here and then make a lazy loop into the carb. What I did for my car and I'm going to do for this one is I use this hole right down here, and both of the dash 6 lines fit through that, and then I just run a piece of weather stripping around the metal edge there, and then the fuel lines actually come up right down through there, and that's where I pick up with the tube and fittings into the stainless AN line. So that'll work. I'll put the gauge on it yet. Actually, I'll wait to put the gauge on it until I get the lines made up. And I do have to put, actually I don't believe I need to put vacuum to it because this isn't going to see boost, so it isn't going to increase pressure at all. And then I do need to, I'm going to crank this all the way in because I don't want to blow out anything in the carb with the high pressure fuel. So I'm going to crank that in pretty far and then slowly crank it out as I add fuel pressure to it. So fuel pressure regulator looks good. I have some fittings left over. Let's see if I can use them on the transcooler line. I can probably do transcooler with dash 6. And I actually have darn near enough. I can go out of the transcooler, and I might need another one of these to go into the side of the trans. So, and this is tapped and ready to go, so I might crawl under the car yet tonight and throw this in. We'll see. Well, it's another day. It just got done pouring, actually, and now the weather's coming back. Got home from work, boxes, and this new box has arrived. So Driveshaft is in here, so I'm going to get this unpacked. Also, some more fittings have shown up for us to use. This one is the Carter AFB fitting that I had ordered, the, what is it, 5/820. So this will go into the carb and convert to dash 6 AN. These are the tube to AN fittings. So this one is for the, which one is this? I got 2 5/8s and 2 3/8s. So there's those. So I'll get that in the carb and then get those kind of mocked up where I wanted them. Also, I got home and in my grill out there, and Nelson stopped by and dropped off parts. So here is this is for an 85 Mustang with a carb. So this is the nice short throttle cable. So I'll get this put in. This should actually be great. This linkage is over here, so I mean, I think that's gonna be just right. And he also got me a pan gasket and filter. So we'll get some of this stuff knocked out here shortly. Alright, so here's the drive shaft. Got it from Southwest Speed. That's where we get all of our drive shafts. This one measures 48.5 inches from center cap to center cap. They come with 1310 U-joints already pre-installed for you, and they also come with this yoke here, but this is the wrong yoke. This is, I believe it's like the 27 spline for like a Turbo 350 Power Glide and countless other transmissions. So this car has the yoke already stuffed in the end of the trans here, so we'll take the yoke and stick it with our pile of unused yokes, and we'll get the press out and get everything pressed together. Into the groove. Smash clip in. Alright, now we're on to making some of these lines. The drive shaft is down and in, as you just saw. So, trying to use this crappy AN line that's off Amazon, and it is a pain to work with. So, trying to make these as tight as possible with some tape, hitting them where I need to cut them with the tape, just to keep it from wanting to flare out after you cut it. So, well, I'm wrapping that real tight, hoping it keeps it decent. I got this one in, it was a pain in the ass. And of course I don't have the correct AN aluminum jaws to hold stuff or the right wrenches, so I'm wrapping adjustables with duct tape on the end to try and keep from scratching the ends or rounding anything. The carburetor fitting is the correct one. Fit right in there. So this is the line we're making now. Go from here to this port over here. Alright, and just like that, after fighting with the braided line, cheap braided line here, we have the first of 3 lines made up. So it comes 90 out of there on the pressure side after the regulator and into the carb. And that's the first of 3. So that's probably as far as I'm going to get tonight. I'll probably go ahead and throw what clips I have together so far from the last couple nights together and make a big, probably be a 10-minute or so, we'll see. So tomorrow I'll see what I can get done. I'll try to get the return lines started over here and bent up, and maybe these 2 AN lines done over on here, and then I can tighten all that up. And then I need to tackle the fuel line, the return line bending back to the tank, drop the tank. I'm going to drill out the existing 1/4-inch return that goes into the top of the hat and see if I need to put a bulkhead fitting, or if I just want to carefully clean it up and then weld it and put like a sharp 90 out of the top of the hat and then put a fitting on it. So we'll see once I get it down and out. But the trans lines need to be completed as well on a trans cooler, so I need to message him and see where what he wants to do for a trans cooler, or where he wants to put it. I mean, we can put it up here. I can mount it down under the car somewhere with a fan on it. There's a few different ways to do it. So, but we'll see what tomorrow I can get done, and I'll get some more video for you then. Have a good one.